All right, welcome to the first Power Ranking of the 2017 season. You got your host, Nick Chioka, along with my special guest today.
It's good to be here.
So, as you probably read the intro that I wrote up, ESPN got rid of the actual Power Rankings tab. I can't do it like I used to, so now we're doing it a different way over the video. All right, so going right into it now, we're going to start at number 10, last place in the league. We're going to go with Kenny Tran. Mike, how do you feel with this team?
I mean, you look at the roster, it's nothing to get too excited about. You got Amari Cooper. Maybe going into the season, you're thinking, all right, nice. At least he's got a big, nice receiver.
He might be the biggest bust in the draft, I would say, probably so far. Either him or David Johnson, but David Johnson's injury really wasn't it was an injury.
At this point, you're literally just playing the name Amari Cooper. The stats aren't there.
14 points the whole season? And he's healthy.
He played a goose egg the past 3 weeks straight. Sure, this is just one guy.
Sean McCoy, Jared claims he's having a good season. In standard leagues, unfortunately, he's having a very, very, very mediocre season. At best, running back 2/flex play there. DeMarco Murray, besides the 1 week, he blew up, had 17 fantasy points, hasn't really done much. Team quarterback, Marcus Mariota has been hurt. Backup, Carson Palmer not a good backup.
When you're playing Carson Palmer on a weekly basis as your starting quarterback, you can't be too ecstatic.
Well, so, go right into it. Number 9. We're going to go right into the number 9 spot. And this is a tough choice here, but we're going to go with Travis Lewis. Are you freaking serious? Mike, how do you feel about this team here?
Well, you got Tom Brady starting quarterback, and that's about it. And you look, he's got Jay Ajayi, who, so far these teams down at the end right now are filled with a bunch of guys who were drafted in the first or second rounds that just ended up not making the cut, not worth the first, second round picks.
He's a bust so far, but I think he still turns it around. Tom Brady, best quarterback in the league. And he's got a bunch of PPR players, in my opinion. If you look at his team here, he's got James White, Duke Johnson, Golden Tate, all players who are good in PPR leagues. He even has Delaney Walker. He's a PPR tight end.
He even has Jamison Crowder on his bench, who last week had 1 catch, -7 yards. Hey, in PPR, that's a point. Travis, if you're looking for a spot in a PPR league, I might have one open. Hit me up.
Uh-oh. Go right into it. Number 8 is a guy who lost his first pick in the draft early in the season, Casey McClure. This team, surprisingly though, is 3-2. Mike, tell me why they're number 8.
Now, everyone has shit on this team all season, right from the get-go. Even before David Johnson got hurt, this team it's not really stacked roster, but they find ways to win. So the 3-2 record is a little deceiving if you look at the roster. And I don't know if it's something that they're going to be able to maintain going into the future.
I don't think it's something they're going to be able to maintain. They got a tough schedule coming up. Their best player is Christian McCaffrey. Well, Travis Kelce is the best player, but it sucks that your best player is a tight end, man.
I mean, hey, tight ends are hard to come by in this league.
They are.
If you have a consistent tight end, that's a good start right there. Also getting big back-to-back weeks for Michael Thomas. Over 80 yards receiving the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, back-to-back touchdowns scored as well, and a potent offense with Drew Brees as your quarterback. Michael Thomas is not a bad second-best player.
One thing I will say about Casey's team is he's a GM who never likes to keep a static team. He likes to change things up. He's going to be trying to make trades till the trade deadline. November 29th. That means Casey's got a lot of times to make things happen with this team.
We'll see, Casey. Good luck, man. 3-2, impressive, though. We'll give you that. Keep up the good work as a good GM. All right, number 7. Number 7 on this one. We're going to give, very surprisingly, Chris Blumetti coming in breezy at number 7.
Now, it is a little deceiving. Team only 1-14 in the league, and you'd think that means, clearly the worst team in the league. But if you look at the roster, it's got players on it that have high peaks, and he's always in last place, so he's always got first on the waiver wire. So he's been able to make some decent pickups the past couple weeks. Probably none bigger than that of Deshaun Watson, who's had 10 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks. One pickup I do like, I did say tight ends are hard to come by, Austin Seferian-Jenkins.
Sleeper pick here, Austin Seferian-Jenkins is the best playmaker on the Jets offense.
This team has been talked about a lot this entire season just because of some of the moves they've made. Doug Martin was a gamble at the beginning of the season. Ezekiel Elliott, another gamble. It could have been suspended. Chris decided to take a chance on him. He's been a consistent running back, didn't even get suspended.
And one thing I will say, though, this team is very, very, very depleted at wide receiver. Their best wide receiver is Terrell Pryor Sr. Second best, Randall Cobb. Wake up, Chris. trade someone, get a wide receiver.
The Odell
team
injury
can be decent. Can't put you higher than 7 though because you're 1-4. Really wish I could. I honestly think you could be higher than 7. I think you could be a top 5 team, but the record doesn't show it. The ownership really isn't there, and the only pickup, like I said so far, Deshaun Watson, obviously, and Swearing Jenkins are the only people that pop out. It makes some moves. You could be there. You can propel yourself in the top 5 instantly. Coming in number 6, a team that 2 weeks ago we said was last. And Ty Gardner, Ty's team. And Ty's team has made significant improvements over the last 2 weeks. 2 wins in a row, coming up 2-game winning streak, and he's got 2 superstars. Mike, tell us about these 2 superstars right here.
2 superstars he's got are Melvin Gordon, who's really coming into his own.
He's ranked 4th in the league in running backs for fantasy purposes.
And the second, usually you don't like, and you're in a position where your defense is one of your top 2 players, but Chiefs D's really done it for Ty this. Notably, his big Week 4 win when a Chiefs defender on what should have been a meaningless play picked up the ball and stumbled into the end zone when his team was down by 7 points against Jared. What it was initially ruled a tie was reviewed by the league settings, I guess. He won by a point. Biggest moment in the fantasy season.
The Chiefs defense scored a garbage time defense touchdown. That's how crazy this league is.
Other than his 2 superstars, one guy who could potentially turn this team around is quarterback Alex Smith, who's low-key been the best quarterback through the first 5 weeks of the season.
All right, moving on here. Wow. Mike is coming in at number 5 in this one.
Some people are saying this could be the best team in the league.
And I'm going to tell you why, because he did not make these rankings. I did. It's a solid team. Got Jameis Winston as his starting quarterback. Antonio Brown is his best player. Nice best player to have in your team. He just traded for Alvin Kamara, who's going to be a superstar in New Orleans now they traded away Adrian Peterson. He's 4th in the league in total points, which I actually really respect. If you're high in total points and you have a 2-3 record, something's up there. And if you look at the points against, what are you, 2nd in the league in points against?
I've had some tough matchups early.
Let's pull up the points against.
Let's
pull up points against. And seconds, points against. If you don't know what points against, that means how many points your opponent scores against you.
It means I'm unlucky.
It means he's unlucky. Exactly. He's got a good team. The ownership's been there. A few nice trades, a few bad trades. Though I want to touch on one trade he made at the beginning of the season. Trading away Leonard Fournette. Mike, how do you feel about that?
I drafted 2 rookie running backs in the first 3 rounds.
Leonard Fournette and Dalvin Cook, both are not on his team anymore.
Unfortunately, Dalvin Cook got injured for the rest of his life, and Leonard Fournette, I traded away to Jared for Ty Montgomery, who then got injured. I didn't get to benefit off either pick.
Okay, moving on here. Number 4, Robbie Bush coming in, famous James, baby. I like the team name, and I like the name. I respect it. Coming in at 3-2, he is one of 4 3-2 teams in the league. Matt Ryan is starting quarterback, Atlanta offense. He hasn't been that good. 25th ranked quarterback for Matt Ryan, but he does have a bye week in there. Factoring that in, I think Matt Ryan is a solid player the rest of the season. Doug Baldwin, people give him shit. He's better in PPR leagues, but he's still a nice player to have on your team. And who can't forget Le'Veon Bell? First pick.
Gotta love Le'Veon Bell.
And he's got Gronkowski healthy, the best tight end in the league. Coming in at number 3, moving on here. Number 3 team is gonna be me, myself, and I.
New money, who dis.
New money, who dis.
When you get to these top 3 teams, really, it could go anywhere.
Give or take, you look at the points for on it, I'm leading in total points in the league right now. At 486, but I'm not putting myself number 1 for a few reasons, mainly
he's a humble guy.
I feel like there's 2 other teams that are better than me in this league right this second. Not a bad team here, Mike. What do you think of my team?
Well, I'd like to take some credit real quick because I did vote this team to be the best team right after the draft. Here on this team, the reason it's succeeding, we got a lot of guys that were potential steals, and they ended up paying off. 2 guys specifically that the owner, Nick Chioka, was pretty high on are Kareem Hunt. We all know him now. And
5th round.
And Chris Hogan. What round did you get him?
10th.
Other than the first week, has gotten at least 12 points every week.
Not bad, not bad. Devontae Adams, I don't talk about him either.
He had a big week last week.
Boom or bust, I'd say, to be honest with you. He booms, he is like an all-star, number 1 receiver, for sure got it. He busts those in each like 4 or 5 points.
In his defense, he got the fucking shit knocked out of him against Chicago Thursday night.
I left him on my bench and 18 points in the result.
A lot of teams go week to week with defenses. This team has Lions D. They've really been putting up all season.
I'll say one thing. I'm not starting Detroit against New Orleans. You got me fucked up. Alrighty. Moving on here on these power rankings, we're going to number 2. Congratulations. It's Jared Meshes. J-Rod, you like that. Kirk Cousins coming in at number 2. Mike, how do you feel about Jared's team?
Kirk Cousins, he's really come through this season. It makes sense that the team's named after him. Also, unfortunately, I hate to say it, we've mentioned this before, but Leonard Fournette, it was a huge trade. Jared kind of blew his team up early in the season, right after the draft.
2 trades, trading away his first-round pick, Jay Ajayi, and essentially receiving A.J. Green and a few other small pieces in that one. If you look at A.J. Green, in my opinion, the best receiver in the league this season. He's number 1 ranked in fantasy. He's a monster. And you also look at the second trade he made. He traded Ty Montgomery and Sammy Watkins for Leonard Fournette. That's another very lopsided trade Jared came out on top on. So manager of the year so far, Jared Meshes. He's got Will Fuller was
big.
Really good.
That was a big pickup.
Big pickup.
Took a hit with Charles Clay's injury, but
he does have Jordan Reed on the bench, who's consistently hurt. But if he's starting, he could be a solid play. We got a big matchup this week coming up too against Trevor Fleming.
Matchup of the week.
Moving on in this video, now to the number 1 team is going to be Trevor Fleming. Girls just want to have fun. New name, by the way, I like it.
Yeah, this guy, nice name.
So now you see the number 1 team, Trevor Fleming. Mike, how do you feel about this number 1 team?
Well, Gurley, a lot of people did not see Gurley doing what he's been doing.
I did not see Todd Gurley being the number 2 running back going into week 6.
Julio Jones.
Going into week 6, did you see Julio Jones not being in the top 30 for wide receivers and barely cracking the top 40?
I'm glad I took Antonio Brown over Julio. One other thing about this team is they have a defending champion quarterback, Drew Brees.
Drew Brees is the model of consistency.
Good, he gets at least 15 points every week.
If you have a guy that gets you 15 points a week at quarterback, you're set. That concludes the power rankings. Hope you enjoyed everything, and we'll be back week 9 for another edition of the power rankings presented by Syrah. Least points this season, and he has scored the least. So